Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to the final Backstage Pass Deep Dive of 2024.
Wow!
It's hard to believe another year has flown by.
You know, right?
But before we jump into 2025, we have got one last K-pop deep dive to wrap up the year.
Okay.
It's a juicy one. It involves G-Dragon, the legend himself, his return to the stage after 8 years.
8 years! Wow.
And a whole bunch of controversy that kind of nobody really expected.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see how fans are reacting to this whole situation. I mean, you would think a comeback of this scale, this is G-Dragon we're talking about,
Right.
would be met with just like pure excitement and praise.
I know, right?
Everyone was so hyped.
This is the guy who basically shaped K-pop from his early days before Big Bang, right?
I mean, pre-debut, he was already...
To coup d'etat and all that.
Absolutely.
And this performance was a medley of all of those tracks.
Yeah.
Power ain't gonna happen.
Oh, come on.
All the classics.
The whole shebangs.
So where did it all go wrong?
Well, amidst all this excitement and anticipation, there was a wave of criticism.
Yeah.
And it was mainly directed at G-Dragon's live vocals.
Really?
And, you know, he's such a talented artist.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this kind of threw people off a little.
It did. It really did.
It was really surprising to see that kind of backlash.
Yeah, and that makes me wonder, is there something more to this story?
Maybe.
Like, our sources were pointing out G-Dragon seemed to be dealing with some pretty serious technical issues during the performance.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Like multiple shots of him adjusting his in-ear monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Like even a couple of moments where he seemed like visibly frustrated.
Oh, really?
Almost like mouthing something at the crew.
Yeah.
Suggesting some audio problems going on.
Right, and this is where it gets even more interesting. Because in the world of K-pop, AR, augmented reality sound sources have become so common.
Like a standard.
It's standard.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They use these pre-recorded elements, often layered on top of live vocals, to create this really complex audio landscape.
Okay.
And this is where it can get really tricky, even for a seasoned performer like G-Dragon.
You know, this whole thing has really made me think about
Yeah.
the tech side of these performances, you know?
The behind-the-scenes stuff.
It's so easy to forget that these artists are basically trying to deliver this flawless show while navigating
it's a minefield.
a minefield of tech. Yeah.
Totally.
And when you consider how those pre-recorded elements interact with live vocals, like you said, even a tiny technical glitch can throw the whole thing off.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine trying to sing in sync with a backing track that's constantly cutting out.
It's a nightmare.
It's got to be so frustrating.
Actually, I can't even imagine.
Do you think that the criticism towards G-Dragon was a little unfair?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Given these circumstances.
I mean, you got to take all that into consideration, you know, especially when you have these kinds of tech issues that are beyond his control.
Absolutely. It raises some important questions about the expectations we have for artists in this age of, AR and this advanced audio tech.
Absolutely. Because on one hand, we want these perfectly polished, larger-than-life performances.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, these same advancements are creating these vulnerabilities that
the artist can't control.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not in control of that.
It's a delicate balance.
Absolutely.
It seems like this incident has sparked a debate within the K-pop community.
For sure.
About authenticity versus technological enhancement.
It's like a constant conversation in K-pop these days.
Totally. And it goes beyond just the technical side of things.
Yeah.
Because G-Dragon has always had this image of being effortless and cool on stage.
Effortless cool. Yeah, that's G-Dragon.
Right. So for some fans to see him struggling with these tech issues might have challenged their idea of him as this untouchable icon.
It's like pulling back the curtain a little bit.
Yeah.
And showing that,
that even he's
human.
Can have these moments.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, that despite all of these setbacks, G-Dragon remained a total professional.
Yeah.
He still interacted with the fans.
He did.
Left them a bouquet on stage.
Wow.
Posed for pictures with the dancers.
It's nice that he, still gave it his all.
He did.
Despite the issues.
And his acceptance speech for Favorite Idol was hilarious.
Yeah.
Poking fun at himself as the original idol.
I love that.
He really showed his experience and how mature he is.
He's been doing this for a long time.
In handling the whole situation.
Exactly. It's like water off a duck's back.
Right. And that self-awareness and that humor, I think that's a testament to his appeal.
Yeah, that's what people love about him.
That he didn't let the technical difficulties overshadow that connection with his fans.
Absolutely, and you can't teach that.
You can't. This whole situation has really left me with a lot to think about.
I know, right?
Especially as technology continues to shape the world of live performances.
Yeah.
Is there a point where the line between the artist and the tech becomes blurred?
I don't know. It's getting blurry for sure.
Right.
But it's a question we have to think about.
Yeah, and how do we as an audience navigate our expectations in this changing landscape?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
Something we're all going to have to deal with, I think.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Definitely.
These are all questions we're going to continue to explore.
Yeah.
As we move into the new year.
For sure.
But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
G-Dragon's comeback, even with the issues, has really reignited this conversation about the future of live performances.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that relationship between the artist and the tech.
Which is never going away.
It's never going away.
No, it's only going to get more and more integrated.
So true. Well, on that note,
yes,
we're wrapping up the last deep dive of 2024.
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Through K-pop, through tech, through everything.
I've had a blast.
Me too. Be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more Backstage Pass.
Yes.
Deep dives in the new year.
We'll be back.
We will.
Bigger and better than ever.
We've got tons of exciting topics lined up for 2025.
Can't wait.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
See you next year.
See you then.